Hello, and welcome to our in-depth exploration of Module 5, Endpoint Vulnerabilities, Attacks, and Defenses from the CompTIA Security Plus Guide to Network Security Fundamentals, 8th edition. Today, we'll dive into how endpoint devices are targeted by various forms of malware, how application vulnerabilities can be exploited, and the crucial steps needed to secure your endpoints. Let's get started. By the end of this module, you should be able to 1. Identify different types of attacks using malware. 2. Describe attacks based on application vulnerabilities. 3. Explain the steps of securing endpoint devices. First up, let's talk about malware. Malware is a broad term for software designed to disrupt or damage a computer system. It can perform various malicious actions, including kidnapping, eavesdropping, masquerading, and launching attacks. Kidnap malware, such as ransomware, is particularly dangerous. It locks or encrypts files on a victim's device, rendering them inaccessible until a ransom is paid. The impact of ransomware can be severe, affecting not only the local machine but also any connected network or storage devices. Eavesdrop malware includes spyware and keyloggers. Spyware monitors user activity without their knowledge, while keyloggers record keystrokes, capturing sensitive information like passwords and credit card numbers. Masquerade malware hides its true nature. For example, a Trojan horse appears to perform a benign function but also carries out malicious activities. A remote access Trojan, RAT, goes a step further, granting unauthorized remote access to the infected machine. Launch malware is designed to infect and cause damage to systems, often spreading across networks. For example, viruses attach to files or programs and replicate themselves when executed, which can be a serious problem. Some viruses are file-based, while others are fileless and live in RAM, making them harder to detect. Worms are another type of launch malware that can spread through networks by exploiting vulnerabilities. Unlike viruses, worms don't need to attach themselves to files. They move independently and can cause widespread damage. Bloatware, which is often pre-installed on new devices or sneaks in through default installation options, can also be problematic. It might not be malicious on its own, but it could have vulnerabilities that attackers exploit. Bots are infected computers that can be controlled remotely. When many bots are networked together, they form a botnet, which can be used for various malicious activities like DDoS attacks or sending spam. Each of these types of launch malware has its own way of wreaking havoc, from spreading quickly to hiding from detection, making them serious threats to system security. Sidestep malware includes logic bombs, rootkits, and backdoors. Logic bombs lie dormant until triggered, rootkits conceal themselves and other malware, and backdoors provide unauthorized access bypassing normal security measures. There are some common indicators that a computer system might be under attack. These indicators include unusual or suspicious emails, strange spikes in network traffic, unexpected software installations, system slowdowns, unauthorized login attempts, and security tools being disabled. If you notice any of these signs, it's crucial to investigate further as they might indicate a potential security breach. Knowledge check. Finn's team leader has just texted him that an employee, who violated company policy by bringing in a file on a USB flash drive, has just reported that their computer is infected with locking ransomware. Why would Finn consider this a serious situation? A. It sets a precedent by encouraging other employees to violate company policy. B. It can encrypt all files on any network that is connected to the employee's computer. C. The organization may be forced to pay up to $500 for the ransom. D. The employee would have to wait at least an hour before their computer could be restored. Answer. B. It can encrypt all files on any network that is connected to the employee's computer. Explanation. In addition to encrypting files on the device's local drive, new variants of locking ransomware encrypt all files on any network or attached device that is connected to that device. This includes secondary drives, USB drives, network-attached storage devices, network servers, and even cloud-based data repositories. Now let's explore application vulnerabilities. These occur when software has flaws that attackers can exploit to escalate privileges or manipulate the application. One common vulnerability is a buffer overflow, where excess data spills into adjacent memory locations, potentially leading to system crashes or code execution. Another issue is null pointer dereference, which happens when an application attempts to use a null pointer, often causing crashes or erratic behavior. Web-based attacks target applications running on web servers. For example, cross-site scripting (XSS) attacks exploit a website's failure to validate user input, while SQL injection manipulates databases by inserting malicious SQL statements. Request forgery attacks include cross-site request forgery (CSRF) and server-side request forgery (SSRF). CSRF tricks a user into performing actions on a website without their consent, while SSRF exploits a server's trust relationship to access sensitive information. Replay attacks are a common threat to digital identities. Imagine an attacker intercepting the communication between you and an authentication server, capturing your login credentials or session tokens. Later, the attacker retransmits selected and edited portions of this captured data, tricking the server into thinking they are you. This allows the attacker to gain unauthorized access by impersonating you. These attacks frequently occur in scenarios involving users and authentication servers. To prevent them, it's important to use encrypted sessions, time-stamped tokens, and one-time passwords. Knowledge check. Which of the following attacks is based on a website accepting user input without sanitizing it? A. RSS. B. XSS. C. ISQL. D. SSXRS. Answer: B. XSS. In a cross-site scripting (XSS) attack, a website that accepts user input without validating it, called sanitizing, and uses that input in a response can be exploited. To protect endpoints, we use various security measures. Antivirus software scans for and removes malicious files. Modern AV tools use heuristic analysis to detect threats based on behavior rather than known signatures. Web browsers offer protections like secure cookies and HTTP response headers to prevent unauthorized access and ensure secure communication. Monitoring and response systems include host intrusion detection systems, HIDS, host intrusion prevention systems, HIPS, and endpoint detection and response, EDR, tools. EDR tools aggregate and analyze data from multiple endpoints for comprehensive threat detection. Hardening endpoints involves patch management and OS-level protections. Automating patch distribution and managing updates are crucial, along with configuring OS settings like application whitelisting and sandboxing to reduce vulnerabilities. Which of the following is not correct about a secure cookie? A. It is a means of protection of a web browser. B. A secure cookie is only sent to the server with an encrypted request. C. It uses the HTTPS protocol. D. It prevents an unauthorized person from intercepting a cookie that is being transmitted. Answer: A. It is a means of protection of a web browser. As a means of protection for cookies, a web browser can send a secure cookie. Rate your competence of the following module objectives on a scale of 1 to 5, where 5 indicates you have full confidence in your competence of that objective and 1 indicates you have very little confidence in your competence of that objective. If you self-score less than 4, you should consider reviewing the module and related exercises. 1. Identify the different types of attacks using malware. 2. Describe attacks based on application vulnerabilities. 3. Explain the steps of securing endpoint devices. Self-assessment. That wraps up our module on endpoint vulnerabilities, attacks, and defenses. You should now be able to identify malware types, understand application vulnerabilities, and secure your endpoint devices effectively. Thanks for joining us, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more security insights.